Atlanta, Georgia has one of the most unique museums in all of America. And as you can see, it's a fun place. And the thing is, most people have no idea that the Atlanta Center for Puppetry Arts even exists. Welcome to Crossroads Detours.
Hey, it's Brent, and welcome to a special episode of Brent's Crossroads. We're starting the Crossroads Detours series, showing places to go besides cruises and Disney. And we're starting with the Center for Puppetry Arts in Atlanta, Georgia. So let's go in and take a look.
All right, so I know you're sitting there watching this video asking, this isn't Disney, this isn't cruising, what the hell is Brent doing? And why Atlanta Center for Puppetry Arts? Well, the Center for Puppetry Arts is an amazing collection of puppets from around the globe, as well as being one of the largest collection of my personal favorite puppeteer, Jim Henson, artifacts in the world. And you can visit puppet.org to get more information and tickets. And it features exhibits, a theater, an educational center, and it's a lot more than just a museum. It's an all-immersive learning experience. The center was opened in around 1978, and Jim Henson even participated in the opening because this is the largest U.S. organization dedicated to puppetry. And it's not, like I said, it's not just a museum. It's a relatively inexpensive thing to go do when you're in Atlanta. There's free parking at the facility, and it's real easy to get to on the MARTA. You can take either the north or south line, the red or gold, and you take it to the Arts Center station. And from there, once you get off, it's a 10-minute walk to the center. And, they have the gift shop, which I was there for a special event after hours, so it was closed. But they'll have different photo ops opportunities outside. Like there, you had Big Bird's nest in his mailbox, which was cool. You have this kind of opening area. Worlds of Puppetry galleries. This is your two main galleries, which are the World and the Jim Henson Collection. There's a main stage theater, which puts on performances and shows. The special exhibition gallery, which is where you'll find your rotating exhibitions. Like that was the room where, when I first was there, that'll have if it had like the Labyrinth exhibit, or this one was a puppeteer exhibit about his work that uses wood. And then there's another theater. So the global collection said that there's just two main collections and then your rotating special gallery. So it's not like a huge museum that you're going to spend hours and hours and hours in. You could relatively do it in an hour or two or less, depending on how much time you spend with the puppets. So starting off with the global collection, nearly every culture that you study, I've studied sociology and history and stuff for my degree. They've all developed some form of puppetry. They can use them to tell legends, cautionary tales, to pass down cultural heritage, cultural history, and there's a wide variety of different versions. Like here's a marionette display. Which was it's been one, like your marionettes, your Punch and Judy, your different, your hand puppets, things like that. And there's rotating items that will be in this section as well. There's some like permanent exhibits, but then there's some that rotate. They'll rotate different artifacts out. And you have some of these that are hands-on. Like you can come back here and you can, control and play with the marionettes. Unfortunately, I'm standing here trying to play with the marionettes, and the marionettes are not cooperating. Yes, hand sanitizer. Always sanitize your hands after touching stuff. some of the other things, we start getting to some of the older, like some of your Asian puppets and stuff will tell the story of their gods and their religions and their demons and devils, and so some of these are really, really creepy. And then there's some like this one we're getting ready to look at, which was water puppetry, which this wasn't here the first time I came, and this was a really interesting display. It's like puppeteers are literally in the water. So what this display here will show you is that you have your like stage and you have your puppets out front, and then when you go around the back, it'll show where people are positioned in the water to control the puppets out front. So as you look at some of these puppets, which one of these creep you out the most? Which is the one that'll make you look under your bed at night? Kind of like the clown under the bed in Poltergeist. Shadow puppets. We've all done the shadow puppets. Most of us, did the hand puppets. Full costume puppetry. I'm gonna say, like, right, this is the one, probably. This is one of the forerunners of ones that creeped me out the most. Like this one here, like, besides just the craftsmanship of the puppets, the craftsmanship of the stages that they perform the puppet shows on is amazing. And you'll also get this mask here, and then the one on the other corner right here are from the Lion King Broadway show for some of the animal puppets there. So it's one of those things, like, if you live in the area, or if you go into Atlanta frequently, or every once in a while, if you pass through every couple years, I would stop by just to see what new artifacts they have on display, because things rotate. At the end of the video, I've got some pictures of me from the Labyrinth 30th anniversary exhibit, as well as some of the artifacts that weren't there this time. This ghost puppet here, this is another one that ranks high on ones that'll creep me out. Punch and Judy's in general. See, like Slimer here from Frozen Empire won't be a puppet that's there forever. That'll be one that gets rotated out. This spot here, I believe last time I was there, was either Coraline or the Corpse Bride. You have Lamb Chop and Lamb Chop's Emmy. One of note over here that I'm not sure how long it'll be there. So if you want to go check out Salem from Sabrina and some of Salem's costumes. Yeah, so even though the special collection will rotate, other things within the regular collections rotate. So let's get ready to head over to the best part of the museum. I'm a huge Jim Henson fan, so I love the Jim Henson Collection. And for many visitors, the Jim Henson Collection is the main reason that they visit the Center for Puppetry Arts. The collection's packed with all kinds of your favorite characters from your childhood. Things from Sesame Street, the Muppets, Fraggle Rock, for those of you that love Fraggle Rock, as well as the Dark Crystal and the Labyrinth films. And they have a little display dedicated to Emmett Otter's Jug Band Christmas, which is one of my favorite Christmas movies. Some people I know disagree with that, but Emmett Otter's Jug Band Christmas is one of the most underrated films, and what they did with it paved the way for the Muppet movie with some of the things that they did. And so this collection's full of those characters that helped shape like my childhood and a lot of people's childhoods and memories. Lots of beginning puppet artifacts, just odd and end things, drawings, plans, mechanics, things like that. You can, check out this workshop part of the exhibit.
Yeah.
50 years of Sesame Street and counting. I feel that. 50 years and counting of me.
So make sure they turn it out real quick, Chris.
Funny part about it is, though, I was filming, and somebody wanted me to take their picture with Bert and Ernie, and I could still film, and you never knew that I took their picture. Just as a kid that grew up with Sesame Street, and and experiencing Sesame Street again with my grandkids, it's like seeing these iconic puppets like in the fur it can be kind of a moving experience. All right, seeing Grover, yes, Elmo was past my time, but seeing like the Big Bird and seeing Bert and Ernie and seeing Grover, it's like the fact that you can go see these and see your childhood. But this is the room with the most importance. I'm a huge Muppet fan, so I love this room of the Muppets. You got Rolf, you got some penguins, you got Gonzo, the frog himself, Kermit. Now here's the little section that is really underrated. Just this little corner right here is dedicated to Emmett Otter and Jug Band Christmas. This is the boat where you can see like how the puppeteers used the boat in the filming. And then we get to the Fraggle Rock part. And if you're a puppet fan and you don't know Fraggle Rock, go find the original Fraggle Rock and definitely check it out. Those that know, and it's extremely, I think, underrated. Small labyrinth area. Because if you're really interested, you can sit there and watch the video presentations they have. You can watch those for a while. A lot of great information, very informative, very cool to watch. You know, here's one of the highlights in the gloves. David Bowie's gloves is David Bowie's balls. I mean the crystal balls. Okay, now I'm going to backtrack because some people that were very loud were over here in the dark crystal section. So I let them clear out. So now I'm going back. Go fling! Go fling! Both Labyrinth and Dark Crystal were not very well received when they first came out, and became more like cult favorites the longer they went on. They were not successes theatrically by any stretch of the imagination, so it's glad to see them getting the love that they deserve. Because they're fantastic, fantastic movies. There's just some weird puppets from the Jim Henson show. And if there's anything we all should live by, we should live by this quote from Jim Henson. And then I wanted to climb up and take this stained glass window. Now the special exhibits room. This is Child of Wood. It's not a very big room. Depends on how the layout is. Because believe me, whenever we were, this is pretty wide open. Some of the more intricate exhibits that have like bigger backdrops and center aisles, the Labyrinth one was the last time I was there. This can be a very small room, so it depends on the setup, depends on what they're doing. Yeah, it was very, very dark in this room. And I was recording with my GoPro Hero 12 and not my phone. So the for some reason, I don't know, doesn't matter what I do, the GoPro just always seems to record darker. Did love the goat. And then this kind of dead looking dude, that one's kind of creepy. That make your creepy list? So, like I said, this wasn't my first visit to the center. The first time I visited the Center for Puppetry Arts was during the 2016-2017 program year. That's when they had the special 30th anniversary of Labyrinth, and that was out where the thing is, the Big Bird is now. You know, like here's some of the stuff that wasn't there this time, like Dr. Teeth. Emmett Otter and his mother, which this one killed me that they weren't there. The Corpse Bride. Coraline. So that's where I said it's like, you know, you have to go and check out. Here's some pictures from the Jim Henson exhibit. So, the Labyrinth exhibit. So whether you're a Jim Henson fan or a movie buff or a theater lover, or you're just looking for something completely different, you know, the Puppet Center in Atlanta is for you. Is it worth the detour? 3 stars? Hell yeah. So, thanks for stopping by Brent's Crossroads for this Crossroads Detours episode. Be sure to like and subscribe. And if you like cruising, or if you like other travel things, check out this video. And be sure to like and subscribe. And I'll see you out on our travels. Bye.